Are you serious? Are you serious? Did the United States government use Sean Penn to capture El Chapo? And did Sean Penn, did he have an RFID microchip in his body planted in him as a GPS device so that if he was not returned, that the authorities, the DEA, could track his body to help track El Chapo? And did they do that? Did they track him to El Chapo? And then after Sean Penn left, they knew where the location was located. How could he do it? You know, if he had a wire on him or any kind of other device. These guys are billionaires. I'm talking El Chapo. This is a billionaire industry, trafficking heroin, the largest drug dealer in the world. But is it possible? And I think it's more than possible. I think it's very probable. I don't see Sean Penn getting in the trunk of a car and being driven 15 miles while he's locked in the back of a trunk of a car to see the most notorious, the most dangerous, the largest drug dealer in the entire world. I just don't see Sean Penn doing that just because he'd like to do a movie about El Chapo, just because he wants to write an article about El Chapo. I really believe that the United States government used Sean Penn and an RFID microchip to be able to capture El Chapo. And the reason I bring that up is there are reports that there is ways that there are microchip technology now that is not detectable by the radar. Now, you say, how can that be? I mean, not radar, excuse me, X-ray. How can it be? How can there be a chip implanted in someone and X-ray not see it? They have different they're called nanochips. They are so small. They're the size of a grain of sand, and you can take a pill and swallow it, and that chip will land somewhere in your body, probably in the tip of your finger, in the smallest capillaries you have in your body. And that they're undetectable. They look like a grain of sand. They're just, everybody's looking for a chip the size of a grain of rice. It is very possible that Sean Penn, with an RFID microchip, was used to find the exact location of El Chapo so that the DEA and other agencies, Mexican authorities and other agencies, could be used to track this guy down. This is an unbelievable story that an Oscar-winning actor would have interviewed the most deadliest, dangerous drug dealer in the world. I mean, seriously, it's just an incredible story. And I think there's a whole lot more behind the story than what meets the eye. But we'll leave that with you to comment down below. Sean Penn, if he was used to capture this drug lord, would be one of the greatest moves ever. If he didn't know he was being used, that's another story. But one thing's for sure, El Chapo is now recaptured. And soon you'll see El Chapo will be extradited eventually. It might take 6 months. They will extradite him to America, where the United States will then put him in a maximum security prison where he will never see the light of day. They're not going to leave him in a Mexican prison anymore. That's not going to happen. He's coming to America. Give your life to Jesus Christ, folks. They're testing these new technologies. They're testing these technologies. Are you serious?